Well, part of the problem of the Russiagate story is that it keeps changing. It keeps evolving into when one thing doesn't really check out or is certainly seriously questioned, like the question of whether there was hacking and who might have done the hacking of the initial information about the Democratic emails. Then we move to this other area that the Russians supposedly were planting information across the internet to create political division within the U.S. And when Facebook did 2 investigations, they found no evidence of this. And then they were confronted by Senator Warner, who personally flew out to Silicon Valley. And Senator Warner is not only vice chairman of the Intelligence Committee, but he's a key legislator on high-tech regulation. So what he says kind of matters. So what we saw was that Facebook went back and found $100,000, they said, worth of ads that they attributed somehow to Russia. Now, what's always lacking here is the context. That was $100,000 spread out over 3 years. Now, Facebook has an annual revenue of $27 billion. So 100,000 over 3 years doesn't amount to much. And then it turns out that only 44% of that 100,000, I guess you're talking about 44,000 or so, was spent prior to the 2016 election. And then we started finding out more about what these ads were. And the New York Times, with a straight face, it wasn't like they were trying to be funny. They reported that one of the pages that supposedly was Russia spreading disinformation was a page devoted to puppies, and with pictures of adorable puppies. And so the New York Times suggested that maybe the Russians had some nefarious purpose in putting in these ads with puppies. And so you started getting to this level of absurdity. Then Twitter, based on also this pressure, found 201 accounts that they had somehow connected to Russia, but there are 328 million monthly users of Twitter. So again, we're talking about the tiniest of pebbles being tossed into a very large lake. And okay, if you want to focus on that sort of minor element and then make a big deal out of it, at least you should put in, as a journalist, the context. That is, how small a number this is relative to this bigger picture.